Hey, what's up, everybody? Holy Joe Rock and Roll here, live, unscripted. Just the other day, Ron Paul was on CNBC predicting a 50% market collapse in the stock market. And the way I found out about this is that my friend, one of my friends, sent me the link, and I think it was from August the 20th or August the 19th, whatever. Sent me the link on CNBC.com. So when I went to it, it plays this commercial, and then it wouldn't play the actual interview with Ron Paul. So I said, look, this has got to be on. It's got to be on YouTube. Let me search YouTube for Ron Paul market collapse 50%. And when I did that, you can see videos from Ron Paul going back almost 15 years, maybe 20 years, where he's been predicting a 25, a 20, a 50, whatever, 30% market collapse for the last 20 years practically. Now, is it possible that there can be a market collapse? Of course, it is possible. And usually he's always blaming the Fed. The Federal Reserve is creating these boom-bust cycles, which is true. For the most part, it's true when they mess with the interest rates and creating, these various bubbles, which then when the bubbles pop, creates a crisis. So the funny thing is, if you listened to Ron Paul 20 years ago and didn't put any money in the stock market, even for your 401k or for retirement or anything, certainly you would have missed the bump in 2008 when the market did decline. What was it, like 25%? But then it rebounded. Even in during the Obama years, it rebounded, and now here in the Trump years, Trump time, it's reaching new all-time highs. I think since he was elected, 7 or 8 new all-time highs for at least the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So, again, when you invest money in the stock market, it should be risk capital, money that you can afford to lose, which typically should be between 5 and 10% of your take-home pay. You put into the stock market, you invest it for the long term. Buy Bitcoin, guys. Yeah, I mean, the same people who didn't predict the collapse in 2008, right? People who didn't see that housing market collapse are the same people who are saying that Bitcoin will probably go to $1 million per coin in the near future. Now, I think Bitcoin's now around $4,000. I was mining Bitcoin for a little while. It just took forever, unless you got a lot of money to invest for the hardware. Of course, there's mining, whatever. I did a video on it. It's better. It was when the Bitcoin was at 1,200, right around the price of gold. I said, don't mine it. Don't waste your time mining it. Just buy a Bitcoin, right? Because your maximum loss is the price of a Bitcoin. Just buy one Bitcoin. Hold on to it. If you wanted to hedge your bets, right? That was my strategy. Now, I should listen to myself. Instead, I've been mining Bitcoin with some little miners, and actually I've sort of broken even, and I can sell the equipment and still probably make some money. But I should have bought a Bitcoin. But when you buy a Bitcoin, you're not anonymous. You got to give your credit card information, your address, your phone number to use your credit card to buy a Bitcoin. So if you wanted to be anonymous, you're not going to be anonymous. I mean, I guess you could buy the Bitcoin, then transfer it to an anonymous wallet, but then again, they're still tracking to the wallet, right? So you'd have to transfer it several times. Anyhow, yeah, Bitcoin, if you got some money, I don't know if you, now, to spend $2,200 for like a Antminer, what is it, S9? It might be worth it, because in like 30 days, I think you could probably get a Bitcoin. So in 30 days, potentially you could make money. But before, when it was 1,200, I calculated it would take about 2 years to break even, unless the payout was lowered, and the payout actually is lowered every 2 weeks, or is adjusted every 2 weeks, difficulty level. So it's pretty difficult. So, I mean, the main other thing is to have some diversification. But, you know, the mother's milk of stocks is earnings, and earnings are up. And anyone who said that the economy was going to collapse under Trump was an idiot. They said it was going to collapse because of protectionism, because of his America First policies. But that's just the opposite. When you go America First, you bring business back to America, and 80% of the stocks in the U.S. on the stock exchange, about 80%, are almost 100% based on the U.S. economy. Only about 20% have international exposure. Let's call it significant international exposure. And even those companies, you know, maximum it's like 30 or 40% of their business is international. So that's just for U.S. investors or investors in the U.S. stock market. Anybody can buy ETFs, exchange-traded funds, or mutual funds, pretty much, I believe, if you're overseas, or the S&P 500. There's different ways to do that. Obviously, if you buy it through a Polish bank, you're going to pay a fee to the Polish bank, as well as a fee to the actual people who are making it. But if you can make a direct investment with, like, say, Vanguard, it's sub 1%. It's like 0.25% per year. Very low maintenance fees. I'm not sure how you would do that as a non-U.S. citizen, but you know, that's what's up. Somebody just sent a little message here. What does it say? Yeah, gold from World of Warcraft. Yeah, man. Somebody's talking about buying some virtual money, virtual gold from World of Warcraft. Do you see what happened to Venezuela? That's called socialism. That's what caused that. But anyhow, this has been Holy Joe Rock and Roll with a quick live stream. I'm taking a different route on this trip. They said it would be 45 minutes, 46 minutes faster, but I'm liking butt fuck.